everyone, this is Cheyenne from EC Design Studio. Today I'm going to make this card for you. This is using the Pop of Paradise stamp set, the Pop of Paradise washi tape, and I was in a Pop of Paradise kind of mood. Alright, so this is my sketchbook. This is where I sketch out all my ideas for cards and get the colors right and everything. Makes it very easy to recreate everything for you. All my measurements are here, and this makes it nice. Alright, so let's get into this. Let's start off with the measurements that you're going to need. Alright, so we have a standard Whisper White A2 size card, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 when it's folded in half, and it's just a piece of 8 1/2 by 11 paper cut at 5 1/2. So, easy enough. Alright, then we have our piece of Melon Mambo, and this is at 4 by 5 1/4. You could use a whole solid sheet if you wanted to, but I like to be thrifty with my paper, so I actually cut out the center that no one's going to see, and I can use it on another project. Alright, the top Whisper White is 3 3/4 by 5. You are also going to need a scrap piece of Whisper White and a scrap piece of Melon Mambo to do the scallop and the circle for the pineapple. I used the new Sizzix layering circles from the Stampin Up catalog. I believe that they are new this year. The circle is 1 7/8 and the scallop is 2 1/4. These are not labeled on there. That would be awesome if in future sets they could label them so you know exactly which is which. You just have to simply take and measure the diameter, and then you get what it is. You can use punches if you have them, whatever. Customize it, make it your own. Alright, the colors that we're using today: the Archival Basic Black Stampin' Pad for the thank you sentiment, Emerald Envy for some of the leaves in the background, and Pear Pizzazz also for the leaves in the background. For the pineapple, I've got Crushed Curry and a Daffodil Delight for the pineapple portion, and these are the Stampin' Right markers. I did splurge and get the entire set of them. I have not regretted it yet. Alright, we also have Old Olive and Always Artichoke for the leaves of the pineapple. And then the Pop of Pink washi tape. We're going to be using these three. And for the stamps, we've got the thank you sentiment, both leaves, and the little cute pineapple. Oh, I believe pineapples are a sign of hospitality and welcome. So, I guess that makes sense for a thank you card. Alright, let us start by cutting out the pieces that we need. So, we've got the big shot. And I'm going to have to raise my camera up to get this on screen, so hold on. Okay, you can now actually mostly see what's going on. So, new big shot for Stampin' Up. It's awesome. Alright, so I've got the magnetic platform, which is wonderful because then all the thinlits and the framelits, they actually stick to it and don't move around. Oh, okay. You're going to need your cutting board, your protective sheet, because you don't want to cut directly onto the barrier. That's just not fun. Okay, now you could go ahead and stamp and then cut this out. I'm choosing to do it this way just because that's what I'm feeling like today. So you pop it on, you run it through. Don't be alarmed if it starts to make like little cracking scary sounds. It's okay. Alright, and then there's our nice crisp circle. Now let's do the scallop. can do the same thing. You run it through. Now you can get all kinds of dies and embossing folders and stuff for this. You can get dies that will actually cut out boxes and the little pie pieces, the cake pieces that were so popular. Like, all kinds of stuff. Sky's the limit. Alright, we're done with the Sizzix, the big shot, so I'm going to bring you back down so that you got a better view. Okay, now let's get our stamping done. So, it looks like there's a lot more colors going on with the leaves in the background, but it's really just we're double stamping and we're going to mix the stamp shades a little bit. Have fun with your stamping, why not? Alright, so let's do the leaves first. So we've got our Pear Pizzazz and our Emerald Ivy. Emerald Ivy is one of the new 2016 colors. Alright, also like get a piece of scrap paper, because for the double stamping you're going to want to stamp off onto something first to kind of get some of the ink off, and then you stamp on it. Oh, alright, I'm inking up the big flower with the Pear Pizzazz. Little tapping will do. Stamp it off, and then just stamp on it. It gives it a bit of a softer look. That one was not very good. Oh, alright. See how I am totally stamping off screen. It didn't come out super clean right there, so what I'll do is I'll just make sure that another leaf ends up over top of it. Oh, alright, and that's it for that one. And I've got my Stampin' Mist over here, so you just spray the wet side. The wet side has the little raindrops or teardrops. Thinking it's more raindrops, so you scrub that on that side and then you use the dry side, and ta-da, you've got a nice clean stamp. This is wonderful. Highly recommend purchasing it. So worth it. Alright, now we're going to take the little leaf, going to pop that in the Emerald Ivy and stamp off to the side, and then stamp on your paper. Now this is a very vibrant color, so I think I can actually do a couple of them. Alright, and now I'm going to show you how I did the other one. So I still have some of that Emerald Ivy on there. I'm going to tap into the Pear Pizzazz, and then we're going to do a couple more of the leaves. Just like that. Alright, so some more of the Emerald Envy. Tap it off a little bit. Pear Pizzazz. And then we're going to go for it. Ta-da! You know what, let's do another one right there. And just fill in until you're happy with it. Alright, I know that I'm going to have my circle there, so I actually want a couple to be coming out of there. Okay, so I am happy with the way that looks. So now we're going to put it aside. And we're going to clean off our stamp with our Stampin' Mist, all of that jazz. And let's put this stuff away because we don't need it anymore. Clean off our work surface with a paper towel. Get off all that extra ink. That's what's nice about working on silicone type mats. You can stamp off and you don't have to worry about it. You can also get the gridded paper from Stampin' Up, and that's easy too. You can stamp and then move it. Oh, alright, next up, bring in your markers and your little pineapple. Now I take the lighter color and I put that on first. And you're just going to just fill that in. You know, and because I'm going to be coloring, I want to make sure there's a good amount on there. So that was the Daffodil Delight. Then I'm going to take the crushed curry, and I'm just going to kind of put it around the sides where you would have like a little bit of a shadow going on. Gives it more of that three-dimensional feel to it. Alright, and now we've got Old Olive. We're going to color in the leaves. And then we're going to put in that Always Artichoke, and we're going to kind of keep it towards the bottom center part of it. Alright, now for the huffing technique. So the ink has been sitting there for a little bit, so to re-moisten it, you're just going to breathe on it before you stamp. So yeah, just a good breath. Center it up. Pop it on. Do a little bit of wiggle, get some even pressure. And there we have our pineapple. He's got a little bit of that dimension going. Can then pop some Wink of Stella on there. Anything you want to. You want to go crazy, go crazy. Just make sure you can see the pineapple through everything once you got it all there. Oh, alright, now, let's bring this back in. Now I want to do the thank you sentiment. So I need to kind of position everything roughly where it's going to be, so I have an idea of, you know, what's going on, so that I can pop my sentiment there. It's kind of curved, so I kind of want it to follow the curve of the circle there. Alright, so right about there looks good for me. So this is the Archival Basic Black. And we're just gonna pop that on. There we go. And there we have the sentiment. I see some areas that didn't quite, you know, get it. So I'll just go back in with the Stampin' Right Basic Black, and I'll just color that in because I don't want to risk stamping it again and then having the thank you get messed up and unreadable. Now in my original version of this, I did stamp the thank you first, and then I used a masking fluid over the top. Let me show you what that is. It's just a masking fluid. You shake it up, you paint it on. You can use rubber cement if you wanted to do this. You paint it over the top, you let it dry, and then you can stamp over top of it. Let me see if you can see here. See how the thank you doesn't have the leaves behind it. It's nice and, you know, bright and everything. So you can do that, and then you just rub off the rubber cement or the masking fluid when you're done with your stamping. Or you can just do it over this. Either way, it works. Like whatever you have at home. It's fine. Let me clean off my thank you stamp. It is the Archival ink, so it might stain a little bit. You can see there's a little stain, but that's okay. It is a, you know, waterproof, water-resistant ink. You can watercolor over it, and it's not going to bleed like crazy. So, all right, let's add our washi tape to our card. Now we're going to start off with the middle one. I'm just putting that back there so I can get a little bit more placement going. Alright, pop that one off. Alright, we've got our placement. I wanted that one to be pretty centered. And then we've got this other one. I mean, would this one not be wonderful for Christmas? Like a whole pink candy cane? Okay, so turns out my SD card memory was full, so I had to upload all that stuff so I could finish filming this. Alright, so we took the little pink candy cane diagonal stripe and we laid that across the card. Now we're going to take this little one. This one is so adorable. Yeah, it's pink and black little teeny tiny hearts. Alright, so we're going to get that going across the bottom section. And there we go. That's the washi tape. We're going to take and pop the ends over the back. Can't pick up anything today. It's all sticking. Alright, so that's that part. Now we need our dimensionals. I'm going to put these, actually we're going to take our basic black marker and I'm just going to pop that right around the edges of the pineapple. Just going to give it just a little bit of a finished edge, gives it that little extra something. Alright, so there's that. It separates it a little bit from the Melon Mambo scallop circle too. So, alright. Pop a couple dimensionals. I really like these Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. They're enough to pop it up, but not so much that it's unrealistic to fit it in a card. So, alright, there's that. You could take, you know, a little marker, pop a dot onto each little scalloped edge if you wanted to. You could do some stitch marks around it. I'm going to keep it fairly simple. Alright, next I'm going to take my snail adhesive, pop that along the back of the scallop, and then we're just going to pop that on there. Alright, and there's that part. We're now going to take and put our snail adhesive around the borders so that we can get our Melon Mambo on. Okay, another advantage to working on the silicone strip, you can get your adhesive on it and then it'll just rub off. No worries. Now let's see if I can start to work in frame again. See a little peeking up. Alright, so let's get that all set up and adhered down. And ta-da! And no one ever has to know that there's a big section out of the center of the back. No one's going to see it. Let's get our card out. Just feeling this isn't quite crisp, so I'm going to just take my bone folder, get that a little crisper. Alright, there we go. If you wanted to, you could stamp on the inside. You could put some washi tape on the inside. You know, I'm kind of a purist. Leave it for your saying, your handwritten note, all of that. Get your snail adhesive on the back so we can adhere this down to our card base. Center it up. And ta-da! The card is all done. You've got a gorgeous thank you card that you could send to anyone and they would be happy to have it. Alright, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. All the information will be in the description bar. You can go visit my blog for more information and more projects that I do. I don't do videos on all of them. There will also be a link to my son's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!